I'm gonna introduce the video now. Sounds like a good idea. Hi everybody, people of the earth, whoever you are, of the internet, anything. No, I'm on the internet, me. It's me to close off the year. My name is the Ackie. You know who I am if you're watching this, because I don't think many other people will be watching it unless you're subscribed. If you're one of the 500 plus now, we managed to earn 12 in the space of 2 months. Things are looking up. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mind. I'm not that kind of person, as we've acknowledged. So, I've got stuff to talk about, but I won't be talking about it from this. Let's just get this out of the way first, is the notepad of knowledge. He's full of knowledge. He used to be a lot bigger, but I've torn out a lot of the pages because I don't need them. But for what's there is still a few things there from history. But as you can see, there's not much of it left. And so we have to say goodbye this year. We close off with saying goodbye to the notepad of knowledge. But what's this? Thickness. It's a new notepad of knowledge. Yes, he's been replaced. Shake hands. Okay, good. There, he has passed on his knowledge. And so here it is. Another big wad of pages. How many pages are you? You are, I have no idea, 300 pages of knowledge to fill out. Look at all this empty space. Ooh. So, yes, we are saying goodbye to the old one. It's finally retired. And we have a new one. Woo! Because I've used it for more than just these videos, please keep in mind. I've written actual notes down in it, in a notebook. But also it's helped me through the years with video details and everything else. So, yeah. Don't know why I still got a pen in there, but it fell on the floor. That's nice. Okay, well, so now that I've got that out of the way, new notepad. Where are we first? I have made a mess out of this because I was all over the shop, as I usually am with the end of the year. Alright, so I'm going to talk about the year that I've actually had. I might as well do a list of topics here so that you can prepare yourself or something, I don't know. Beep, 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 beep. I haven't said them yet. Right, so overall year that I've had, I'll be covering ASF troubles and also computer troubles. There's that. Also, I'll be talking about games that I would want to play this year in 2024. So we'll be talking about that. I also want to briefly discuss the book. The book. I also want to talk about, obviously I'll be talking about miscellaneous stuff that you will need to know in the near future rather than the far future, or if at all the future. But I will also be, on a side note, once we're finished with all of that, I want to just talk about wrestling, because that's one of my things that I like. So I like to talk about it, and I need to address a certain few things, just in general. Not about the ASF, but just about wrestling. It needs to be addressed. So I'll be talking about that. Yes, I will be. So the year I've had, I may as well call this the year of babysitting my computer. Okay, so beginning of the year was great. First 2 months, January and February, this 2023, Computer, great, working fine. Okay, March of the Dreamcast comes up, and it wasn't the computer's fault, it was YouTube's fault for the quality of the videos for March of the Dreamcast. Because for some reason, even if I saved it in HD and then recorded it in HD, if the window is so big, for some reason YouTube goes, this must be a low quality video. I will only give it 450p or whatever the fuck it's called. So it did that. I didn't realize I needed to actually save it in a more wider format screen because it was still in HD. I've got the videos on my computer still to give you proof that they're in high quality, but just in the smaller window. But YouTube just wants to go, I'm YouTube and I'm stupid. So yeah, so I would like to apologize for that, but some people did say it was like going back in time, so that's great because that's the whole point of my annual March month tradition, is we're going to go back in time and pretend that YouTube existed when all of those consoles did and what we'd be doing, and so have a bit of nostalgia, you know, all that gubbins. So yeah, and then something happened. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because of the whole Dreamcast thing, because suddenly I started saving, obviously, the wider screen, actual full video screen videos, and it didn't want to do it. Because I was ready to dish out, speaking of ASF, the last ever ASF event for Season 1, which is Bash of the Brands. Man, that takes you back. That's a bit of nostalgia, me talking about that. That was supposed to be out at the beginning of April. That worked out well, because it wouldn't save. I was getting different moments, but I've been trying to fathom what the fuck has been going on, because it was like it would save. I would start the you know, the whole completion area, so to be ready to upload. The editing was fine. Everything was running smoothly, and then I come to the saving bit so that I could put it up on YouTube, and the computer just conks out. It just dies. And one time it even froze, and I was like, "Hello, would you like to do something?" No. I just like to do nothing now. So, but it must have been the Dreamcast, so I don't know if that's a bad thing. Obviously, I have fixed it beyond that point now, but I was just like, I need to get videos out. I need to save them. You're delaying everything. So I had to find the quickest workarounds that I can, and I'm kind of still operating on those quick workarounds, but I have improved things. In terms of workarounds. I have put another fan in my computer. Yeah. That's one of the later developments. Because I was figuring out that maybe, because it's now got obviously an accumulative amount of stuff on it, even though I've got it to an external hard drive, for some reason it doesn't like it, and it will still slow the computer down, you know, computer lag over the time, but it was still going. I still don't get it. It was going great for, when did I get it? Probably like the last 2 years before then. It was like marvelous. But like I said, it might be just lag, but something just happened after the March of the Dreamcast where I just didn't want to save a full wide, fully viewed video. You know what I mean? Fucking 16:9 screen or whatever. But, so I've been doing a few workarounds, and Hitcoder's been helping me, so shout out to him for helping me work out that stuff, because obviously it was like, what do I do? Because I didn't know at first. But yeah, I've kind of optimized the videos now. I'm saving them with less resolution. You may have noticed I don't have my videos now in 1080p. I can only have the maximum 720 or whatever it is. But it's still in HD at least. So I'm proud of that. Come on, we're going to keep it going. I don't want to go back to what I had before. That was the whole point of getting that computer, or building that computer, or whatever. And it was going great, and then that just happened. Any video now that's under an hour, I can fully edit and fully save, and it's great. Anything near an hour, which is my Zelda videos right now, covering Tears of the Kingdom, I've had to optimize it. The only way I've optimized it, obviously, is I've edited one half of the video and then saved that in the lower resolution of 720p, not the 1080, and then I've saved the other video, the other half of the video, and I've edited the other half of every Zelda video, so that I can save that separately, because it will save half an hour videos, no problem, in that resolution. So, and then I put the two together, because for some reason it likes the 7, I don't think it likes the resolution, maybe. I don't get it though, it's still a bit of a problem, but yeah, it likes that, it likes the 720p, and then I can save the whole hour chunk like together. So every video that you've seen of Zelda since April has been split in half, edited, saved both halves, and then saved them together. Every single one. So that's what I call that's what I mean by babysitting the computer, because that's been, so I've had to think out of things in advance. I'll be like, right, I can edit this video now, and I can save it for today, and I can edit the next one tomorrow and save it for the day, so then I can save it on the day it's supposed to upload. And that's what I've been doing for every Zelda video. So you could understand my doubts when it came up to October, when we had to, that's why I said, right, my videos are going to be 45 minutes, because then I know they're safe and I don't have to do the same thing I'm doing with Zelda. If I want to get a video out every day, that's going to be freaking impossible. Sorry, I had to restart the camera. I just noticed it was going to conk out on me. So 45-minute videos, and then it'll be fine, and then I can just post them up every day. So that's what I did. And then came the real dread of saying, okay, end of year stuff. Christmas comeback, end of year bonus videos. Will it save the full hour? And I actually think that my methods have actually kind of just repaired it over time. There are a few other things that I'm doing. Like I said, I put another fan in, and that's working wonders. And I've also installed a program to control the speed of the fans, and that's improving the sort of coolness. I think it might be an overheating issue, I don't know. It has been really hot this year, but now it's cooled down, so I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Hey, expect high quality videos in the winter and 720p videos in the summer, because that's all I can manage. Over the next week, because I'm not going to be, just a quick heads up on that front, though I will reiterate later, but I'm going to take the week off like I usually do, just to recoup, refresh, get all ready again for the next 2 months of videos, content for you guys, and then I'll be ready for this year's March. I ain't giving away any spoilers about what that's going to be, by the way. Tough luck. No. So, this week, I'm going to try and see, because the first video to come out is going to be the first Sunday of next weekend. The first weekend, basically, is one. So, I'm going to try and edit the next episode of Zelda, still with the lower quality, but I'm going to try and save it. I'm going to try and edit the whole thing and save it, because that would help me a lot with not taking up time putting 2 videos together in a day and then saving them both and then saving them all combined. Not that it's taking up that much time, because I'm usually not here. I will just say save, and then I'll save. And then I won't have to be here to supervise, because that's what I was worried about. And so I was getting a lot of time wasted the last April of saying, are you going to save now? No. Are you going to save now? No. Are you going to save now? Yes. Something's working. Okay then, let's keep doing that. So yeah, babysitting the computer, especially in April this year. So that's been fun. But yeah, like I said, I will try and edit the whole Zelda video to come out, because that's the first video due out for this year. So that'll be next weekend. So you'll know I'm back if that uploads, but in what capacity will it upload? I'll have to inform you guys on the first live stream that I do or something, which will be the Friday after. About well, the Thursday after, if you can make it for that one. I'll talk about that later. It's there. It's, like I said, notepad all over the place. But I will try and save the whole video, save it, and we'll see what happens. I got my fingers crossed. Because it has improved, I will say. We're getting improvements, and I can still, because it wasn't just the Zelda videos before. It was like every video. It's like it wouldn't even save for like, it would do the first 10 minutes and then conk out, and then it would do like 5 minutes and then conk out, and I'm like, huh? You're getting worse. That ain't good. You're getting worse rather than better. But it is obviously improving now, because now I can fully save any video that's 45 to 50 minutes long, full editing it, and it will save. So I'm hoping it can do the extra 10, so I don't have to keep optimizing, so I don't have to keep really optimizing, because I'm saving it, with the Zelda videos, I'm saving a 720p video into another 720p video. So I don't know how that works, but it should maintain the quality. I don't know. Let me go, what do you think? But yeah, it should be okay. It's been fine. So I'm just hoping I can now edit hour-long videos. Zelda, enough saved. Instead of me having to break them down, because then I can be more safe with doing other hour-long videos in the future. Because Zelda's the only one currently, except Mario. Super Paper Mario sometimes gets an hour-long-ish, and that's okay. So. Anyway, well, I'll move on. So yes, this results in me moving on to the troubles I've had with ASF, because I had the whole event ready to save and then upload and premiere blah de blah de blah for April, and that includes the pre-show for Bash of the Brands itself, and then the Raw afterwards. Guess what the issue is now, obviously, is I can't save them in that format, if you get what I mean. So I've had to, and it's been just everything just wants me to not finish the ASF or even make it. So I've been having to try and find the motivation, to be honest, to put everything together again in the new 720p format, because it's not just a simple, just save it kind of concept. I have to put everything together again, all the editing, everything, and I have to do it in the smaller window format, the 720, not the smaller window, but the smaller quality, because the video currently is in 1080, so I have to knock every single one down in the 720p format. So obviously it's been a drag, and it already took a while to put together, and it's still being put together now. I thought I was going to have a chance in October because I wouldn't be doing any editing, and I did get a decent amount done, but it's nowhere still ready, because I've been having to find that urge to get it finished. I want to get it finished, but I have to put everything together again, and that's everything. And the ASF is the most difficult thing to put together in terms of editing, because I have to grab videos from here and there, and pictures and sounds and music and blah, and stick it all in, and it's just and I didn't want to obviously have to edit the same event, the same 3 events twice, and I'm having to find myself editing the 3 events again twice. And it's dredging on my passion, that's for sure. But hopefully I will have something by next April. Because I can't make any guarantees. This is the other problem, is with the Let's Play videos, I know that I've already can record them in advance, and then the day they are supposed to go out, I can just edit it, save it, out it goes. It's easy, because the editing is such an easier process, because I'm just editing the video. I'm not adding stuff into it unless I really want to, you know, the odd clip. But that's the odd clip. It's not a full edit of interlayering things. There's a lot of editing involved in ASF than there is Let's Play videos. And that's why I don't call it a job. No, I'm just kidding. I can go on a rant about that, but we'll see. Because don't get me wrong, I like people that do earn a living from YouTube, but I don't think it's truly for everyone. And also, there have been some underhanded things going on with YouTube when it comes to people getting paid for the platform. So I don't approve of that. So that's why I say YouTube is not worth the effort, because it's bringing in people who can manipulate the system and earn money from not doing very much or doing the wrong things, which you don't want to be up getting a paid job to do. Thank you very much. But anyway, that's the briefness of it, of my rant. But whatever. So yes, that's the ASF issue. I've been putting it together, or finding the will to put it together, because it's just been really degrading. It's like I've got to put it all together again, and then save it again, and also not just that, but save it in hour-long chunks. And not even hour-long chunks, 45 minutes, as I said, and then maybe 50 on some occasions, because it depends on each length of match and whatever going on that I can fit in. But it's all been under an hour, and I've had to save those all separately. And, you know, Bash the Brands is not a small event to put together, and then you've got the pre-show and the Raw afterwards, and the Raw afterwards is not a short show either. So, yeah. And then that was my other doubt, is it going to save the whole of the Bash of the Brand in one chunk? Because obviously it's longer than 1 hour for sure. Way longer than that. So that's been my issue, but hopefully things will get working and I can get it done, and we can say season 1 is finally freaking done. I'll put a lid on it, I can have a break or chill, and I'll get season 2 ready, fired up, and hopefully the computer will not give me any more hiccups. But we'll see, because I do miss doing it. I've always said, you know, I'll be glad when this is over. And then the minute I stop doing it, I miss doing it. So I still like doing it, but my computer doesn't like me doing it, and my life doesn't like me doing it. So I've been focusing more on getting my book sorted out, which is what we'll talk about next. Yes, I'm more jumbled. I should be talking about games I want to play for this year, but I'm just going to briefly talk about the book. Just a little side note here. I have been working on the book instead, because at the end of the day, if I put more effort into that, I'm going to get paid for it at the end of the road. Whereas if I put more effort into the ASF and editing it all again, I'm not going to get paid for it at the end. I'm just going to get rewarded with people watching it, which is great. But I need the money. I would like to get a job being a writer, please, and this will be the doorstep into it. And I seriously want you guys to read my book as well, because it's an original story. Although you may get a few reasons of why I've made certain things they are. Camera's getting ready to shut down, so yeah, because I put a few Easter eggs. I have been writing a few Easter eggy moments where you'll go, I know why he put that in, and I know why he put that in. Some things are going to make you smile if you read it. But like I said, I've got to get it out, and I plan to get it out this year. I'm going to end it. It's been worked on since 2019. That's long enough for a book to be made, I think. Because it will be, what, 2019, 2020, I had a lot of time in 2020. Oh boy, let me tell you. That's when I got the bulk of it done. 2021, 2022, yeah, I've been working on it for 5 years, on and off. I haven't been constantly doing it, but I've been like, right, let's get more of it done. And then this would be the final year I want to work on it, because I'm getting fed up of writing it, to be honest. It's getting long enough, and I need to have I already had an ending planned out for it, but I will need to get there. And it's proving to obviously take longer than I thought it would, because I thought it would be out, what, a couple of years ago, maybe? About a 3-year effort. which would be sound good for a first book, I suppose. But yeah, this dyslexic here wants to write a book, so that's probably also what's dragging me down. So many errors, and then I've got to look it over, and I've got to fix things, and blah de blah de blah. So that's probably the other reason for the odd delay. So, but I plan to get the book out this year. And if I don't have it out by this year, and I'm doing the end of year review for 2024, and there's no book, I will be punishing myself. You heard me. I'm going to do something I don't want to do, and I don't want to have to do it. So, I'm getting the book out, even if it comes out on December 23rd or whatever, December 31st. It's coming out, and then I can go, hey guys, book. It's coming out. I want it to come out. And you want to see it, and you want to buy it, and you want to pay me. I should start a Patreon. What do you think about that, guys? Nah, I'm sure the publisher will pay me or something. Do they do that? I don't know. I have to look into it. I've been doing plenty of research to how to get a book out. But I will be this year. No, I have been. Shut up. But I definitely will be this year. Be looking for a publisher going, hello. Because I have had a history of writing. I've just never published anything. But it's been all internet based. Like, I do roleplay. Still to this day. It's fun. It's fun creating random stories with another person on the internet. It's great stuff. I've made some really good stuff, and they've even said so. So this book should be great because I'm just role playing with myself. That's what it is. Cough. Yeah. Maybe I'm talking too much. We should wrap this up now. No, I'm just going to keep going. we can do it. Pull through. So yeah, book out this year. Otherwise, punishment. Now I want to talk about the games I want to play this year. Let's get there. So I've already talked about this one, but it has to be said again. We need to play simply out of interest. I'm not saying I might get through the whole thing, because I don't think I will attempt to get through the whole thing. I don't know, but we need to play Death Stranding because it's piqued my interest all of a sudden. I know it's been out for a little while now, but it's one game that I've been kind of like curious about, going, okay. So that's what people think of it. I might like that kind of game. So I will most likely invest in it this week. I'll buy it on my little time off from YouTube. And I will keep it in reserve for when I have a space open for streaming. Speaking of streaming, there are games obviously that I'm going to be streaming, starting on the first time I come back to streaming. I'm gonna keep saying it like that. And that will be, what have I put down? So the 12th of January I will be returning to streaming, and you should know the time by now. If you don't, it's 7:30 UK time, 8:30 in Germany, and 2:30 US Eastern time. I start fucking streaming, okay? And I probably will be returning to Bomberman. We'll be playing more of that because it's been a while. Need to get back into it. And also, then I'll be starting playing Vaporum Lockdown because I did say that I was going to start that in November, and then Sonic Superstars came along, and I was like, oh well, I can wait. So, but I do want to play Vaporum Lockdown. We're going to try the new strategy of not making the game hard on myself, and we'll see how we go. I'm excited for it. I am, truly. The last game wasn't that bad. You know, some of the puzzles are a bit like, how do you work this out? So, but otherwise it was an enjoyable romp, and I'm looking forward to going through the second one to see what they've improved or kept the same, or not improved. Who knows? But I am going to be playing now. That's coming very soon. And I might, because I enjoyed it so much, the last live stream I did a couple of days ago for Friday we played Teardown, and I actually really enjoyed that so much. I have been having fun on the sandbox mode, just blowing stuff up and knocking it down and whatever. It's therapeutic. But I really want to continue the campaign. I'm going to hold it off. I want to continue the campaign on live streams. So the minute a space opens up from any other game that I'm currently streaming, which is Bomberman, Bomberman R2, and then obviously I don't think Vaporum's going to end anytime soon, so we'll just say Sonic Superstars, or I don't think AEW Fight Forever is going to end anytime soon either. There's a lot to do. Well, so say. But yeah, so the first game that opens up next, I will be playing more Teardown for sure. That's to come. Definitely want to play that. In terms of Let's Plays though, we also, I need to do it before they announce Mario Maker 3, because they announced Mario Maker 2 when I was playing Mario Maker and trying to make it 100 parts. I want to make 100 parts of Super Mario Maker 2, and we're doing it this year. I don't know when, but at some point, the first space that opens up, I'm going to be playing. Well, there isn't the indie game, there isn't Smooshy. I will be playing Mario Maker 2's coming back. I'm making 100 parts, not 75 all of a sudden. Because it really cut me off there, didn't it? I was just like, well, we're going to make 100 parts of Mario Maker. Here's Mario Maker 2. What? We literally transitioned from the first one to the second one. But it's coming back this year, Mario Maker 2. For 100 goddamn parts. It'll be the first Let's Play I make 100 parts of. Speaking also of Mario, I may play Wonder. Maybe. It's not really hot on my list, but obviously they've done something to it which has piqued everyone's interest, and it isn't just a new Super Mario Brothers game. It's got something original about it and unique, and I usually like games that have a standout feature from the rest of the series. So it, again, because I'm not a Nintendo fan, I don't invest highly in Mario games, but I may consider playing Wonder. Maybe. I know I can play as Toad in it, so that's already a winner, isn't it, Toad? Yeah! Now go away. At least he didn't throw me. Also expect another, obviously, Let's Play to come later on today from this video, because I probably will be uploading this after midnight of the new year. And then expect him to come along later in a video on the 1st of January here. So look forward to that. We'll see. So yeah, those are the games that are guaranteed to be probably played at some point this year. So look forward to them. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the comments, if you are. And if you want to comment, I don't know, do you? Huh? Well, huh? But there was another game that Helmet Boy has, remember him? He's brought up a game that I probably wouldn't be interested in upon first look, but we've been kind of semi-excited both for it. But it's coming out really late in the year, in September I think they said it was due, but it's the Warhammer game. Because that does actually look really fun and good and whatever, so I may invest in that too when it comes out, but it will be near the end of this year, so let's not worry too much about it now. But it's kind of piqued my interest. I'm interested to see what it's all about. So I may be playing that too. But otherwise, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what else comes out and piques my interest. Obviously, I'll be playing lots of indie games again this year, so I look forward to seeing whatever they are. And I hope you guys are too. Why am I suddenly speaking like this? I don't know. So there's that. So where have we got to? So yeah, I'm taking, before I go off on my rant about certain things, about wrestling, um, I will be taking the week off. You will be getting the Toad video, but my first video back after that, won't be live streaming this week on the Friday or the Thursday, so don't expect that. But I will be coming back on the 7th of January this year with my first Zelda video. Let's see if I can edit the whole thing in a 1 hour clump and save it. But obviously you won't be able to find out then because those are already recorded way in advance. And yeah, so I've been playing through it, and you'll get to see the next installment on the 7th. That's when I return, and then I'll be uploading as normal, and I'll also be coming back to live streaming for Ackie Plays Dreams Live. That's coming back on the following Thursday afterwards, which will be the 11th, and then I'll be back to live streaming on the Fridays from the 12th of January. Where I'll be playing Mob Bomberman, and we'll start the new Vaporum game. So that is that. So don't expect anything else from me for the rest of this week, apart from Toad. And now we can move on to the wrestling rant. And my camera needs to be reset again, because he's a pill. So if you're not interested in seeing me rant about wrestling, then Happy New Year, and goodbye for now. Okay, are we all good? Good. Wrestling rant time. So, how do I not come off as a jerk? No. So, obviously, we've been getting a lot of other people have pointed this out on YouTube. I thought I'd mix in and send the message too. But I think people are getting too tribalistic. And I know that you may think that's rich coming from me, seeing as I seem to be marking out over AEW a lot more than WWE. But I need to explain that situation, so I will. But people are getting way too tribalistic to the point where they just start shitting on the other company. And if you haven't noticed, I've only been shitting on the other company if prompted by someone else, maybe on a live stream chat or something. But the WWE doesn't interest me anymore, and people need to understand that. I don't watch it anymore, and it doesn't rent space in my head, because I have a wrestling product to enjoy. So let me enjoy AEW. You guys can enjoy WWE, or whatever else you fucking watch. New Japan, enjoy that. Impact, it's coming back as TNA this year. Enjoy that. I probably might invest starting watching it, because I haven't actually been keeping up with my Impact, because time. So, you know, fucking just enjoy your frickin' wrestling. Don't shit on the other people. I've given up shitting on the WWE because there's nothing more to say that I can make myself enjoy it anymore. So what is the point of me going on and droning on like a broken record? I'm done with it, and I'm not going to talk about it other than now, but I'm not even going to complain about it. I'm done complaining. I'm just enjoying my wrestling. Go and enjoy your goddamn wrestling product, whatever it is, because now that there is more out there, we can enjoy whatever we frickin' want. Stop with the tribal fucking wars. Right? That's all I'm trying to say here, because I don't complain about the WWE anymore. I'm done with it. It's done. There's no point of complaining when I have another product sitting there that I'm enjoying. Despite, you know, all the things that have been going on, but shit's going to happen in a wrestling company. But if the on-screen product for me is enjoyable, and I can sit through it, and I can watch it, and I don't have to question my passion about it, then I can watch it. And the minute it starts being shit, I will stop watching it. It's as simple as that. It goes the same with every other television program, in existence. The minute I start don't liking it and saying, why am I watching this? I will stop watching it. It's as simple as that. Why is everyone making a big deal over me playing AEW Fight Forever when they said, oh, that game's clearly dying? Like, yeah, there are a few things they need to address that need sorting out that I will agree with, but otherwise, the game is really fun. And, you know, it takes me back to playing the older wrestling games, like one of my favorites, No Mercy. And that's what it is. It's fun. Everyone forgets the fun factor in their video games. I don't want to play. You want to talk about, you know, people are complaining, oh, why are they making the same similar game to No Mercy or something? I'm like, well, I'm going to turn around and say, why are you still playing a game that's similar to a game that's been made every year since 2007? And paying money for it every year, by the way. So, flawed argument, I would say, on that front, if you want to make an argument out of it, I guess. But yeah, there are a few problems with it, but hey, there's a few problems with the 2K series over with the WWE. We're all going to complain about it, but I'm enjoying the game, and I will still continue to play it on live streams. And there's nothing you can do about it because I'm still liking it. And we can have fun with it. I still play it with friends online, you know, with fucking, you know, or on the PlayStation. We still have a good time. We're still having a laugh with it. So it can't be that bad if I'm still enjoying it and the game is apparently dead. I know the DLC packs have been controversial lately, but whatever. Hopefully they will improve on that. They need to give us more match types and the better creator wrestler thing. That's the only two things that I'm worried about. Is the creator wrestler thing and more match types. More match types, please. That's all I want. The roster is fine for me right now. I'm playing as everyone, virtually. So I don't mind it. Like I said, roster doesn't really count much for me anyway, because it's never counted before in any other wrestling game. Look at WWE All Stars is still one of my most favorite games in wrestling terms of all time. And look at the roster on that one. It's bare bones. WWE Raw, WWF Royal Rumble on the Dreamcast is one of my favorite wrestling games. It's fun, it's arcadey, it's a blast. Well, what's the roster size? 21 people. So, you know, I will say, you know, the more is better in some cases, but in other cases, it's like, I'm only going to play like a handful of this stuff. You've just given me too much stuff, and half of it I'm not going to play at all. So what was the point on adding it? So I don't know. But yeah, I guess some people want to play everything, and that's fair enough. But then the game is not for you. Go and play 2K. See, I don't have a problem with that. And if you have a problem with the gameplay, then you're kind of fucked. So start demanding better. I guess. I don't know. But I'm enjoying Fight Forever. I am. Legitimately. I don't say that with bias. If the WWE came out with a game similar to that style, I would play it in a heartbeat and praise it and say this is really great and really fun. But of course, you know, people are complaining that it isn't 2K. I'm like, what do you want? If it was 2K, there would be no separation. You may as well just get 2K. There would be no reason to buy a game that is absolutely 100% similar to the one you're already playing. It would like turn a lot of people off, and no one would buy it. So, you know, it had to change the style. It had to be different. It had to stand out. It's like every other game that's come out for a different company. TNA. That had to be different, and boy, was that different. I will agree with everyone that was a bit of a shit game. But I still fundamentally kind of like the gameplay and the fact that they had the Ultimate X match in there. That was cool. But that was very short-lived. Because, yeah. I don't know, I think the controls were a little bit kind of awkward, and there wasn't much on offer really else going on. But it was a very fun game while it lasted, but not for the long run. But I don't feel like that way for AEW at all, because they are going to keep updating it, and they have been, even if it's been very small chunks, but it's still had a lot of updates in the last 6 months. So I call that a thumbs up. And the gameplay, fundamentally, it's fun. And I would still go back to play All Stars. I would still go back to play No Mercy. I would still go back to play all the old SmackDown games in a heartbeat over anything else. So, I don't know what that says about me, but I like my games to be fun. Big shock. So, yeah. Anyway, moving away from the games, as I said, people need to stop dissing on other companies. The other companies can diss on other companies because that's their competition, okay? We're not part of the competition. We just need to watch what we watch, because the answers will be in the ratings. And even if I don't agree actually with that philosophy, it's like, oh, they're down in the ratings. It's like, yeah, but have you been watching the product? You're basing your reason of not watching the product off the ratings. So if not many people are watching, you're not going to watch, which means the number isn't going to go back up again. That's the whole point. It's like there's some cool stuff going on, probably in both companies, but I'm fine with what I'm watching, and I have time for it. So, you know. And to close off, in case you're wondering why I'm not watching the WWE lately, I will tell you right now. We'll go. And it all starts back in 2002. Yes, this is a long tale, but hey, that's how long the company's been around for, plus. But I stopped watching the WWE religiously in 2002 because WCW was gone, and because they were all going, ha ha ha, we won, do, 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 do. And I'm just like, yeah, now where's your competition? Where's your compelling storylines? Oh wait, you don't have them. The only person that kept me around, ironically enough, was Brock Lesnar. But I would only watch his matches at that point. I would still tune into the pay-per-views. I would watch the major ones, like SummerSlam and WrestleMania. I came back to watching SmackDown in 2004, probably. Because that was they had a really good roster around that kind of time, or at least around. I would still watch SmackDown. Actually, no, I take that back. Late 2002, I'd start watching SmackDown again, and then continue. But 2003, I'd kind of stop again. Like I said, I wasn't completely hooked on it at the time because my passion had burned out. I was questioning it on why should I enjoy this anymore? Because now there's only one thing to watch, and it's not really the format that I like or the style that I like or whatever. But SmackDown was fun, and then I would come back to watch it. I would come back to watch it in 2004 indefinitely for both things because I was anticipating WrestleMania 20. Which was coming out. Yeah, was that in 2004? That was 2004, wasn't it? So yeah, I'd start watching stuff just slightly before then, maybe the end of 2003, somewhere about that. Like I said, it's vague. I was jumping all around and watching random stuff. I wasn't keeping up with everything every week. But then I started heavily investing my time again, after WrestleMania 20, indefinitely, and I watched all the way through. Until 2006, and then I would just watch SmackDown again for some reason. I don't know, probably because a certain someone. Yeah. So, what's my camera doing? He's fine. We can keep going for a little bit. So yeah, I'm all over the shop obviously because I'm trying to remember what I was doing. But yeah, so WCW going out of business and then the WWE just being the only club kind of burned my passion out. And then John Cena came along and burned my passion out again. And I'm like, why am I watching this? And I stopped watching completely everything in 2009. like officially, apart from the Royal Rumble and maybe a WrestleMania. But I was just like, yeah, do I want to enjoy this? Can I enjoy this or whatever? But all right, yeah. As it was, so yeah, John Cena might burn my passion out because yeah. And then most recently, well, I still watch the Rumbles all the way up to 2017, I think. And then obviously the Roman Reigns incident, or so I say, incidents were happening. So I'm just like, well, I might as well just go and ditch this completely. And then my compassion, and my passion completely burned out for wrestling entirely. The ASF has still been keeping it afloat. That's why I was doing it. But otherwise, it was just like, why am I here? Why do I like this anymore? It's one of those things where I feel like I'm moved up in life and I don't need to watch this anymore or invest my time in it. And then of course AEW came along, so that was the other time that my passion burned out. 3 times it burned my passion out somehow. First with getting rid of WCW and the competition, and then with John Cena, and then with the Royal Rumble that I was still enjoying because that's one of the more funner matches. And then I came back, and then AEW came along, and I'm like, wow, this is what I envisioned, this is what I'm used to. Like, I like the wrestling, it's great, the in-ring action, I love it, it's great, it's watchable, I will watch it. And then we had the whole, Vince McMahon is now retired from creative, and now he's going to be an old man doing something else with Saudi Arabia, or something like that. And now Triple H is taking over, and he knows how to run the creative better than Vince. And I'm like, does he? Let's see. So I started watching the Rumble again, or more specifically, I watched last year's Rumble, 2023's. And then I got greeted with a really shit Rumble match where the only highlight was and I use the term lightly here, YouTube celebrity that not many people liked doing the biggest spot in the entire Rumble. And I'm like, that speaks volumes for the rest of your roster if that's the only thing from the Rumble that I remember. So I can rant about it now, I suppose. So now I got that first, and then I got a glow-in-the-dark match. All respect to Bray Wyatt, rest in peace, my friend. But that's going to go down as his last match. Oof. You know, and I'm a fan of Eli Drake as well. They managed to ruin both of them in front of my face. It's quite easily. I'm like, what is this? What is this glow-in-the-dark, very heavily sponsored, stupid match? And then I got the ending for that match too. Whoa, whoopee. And then I got the women's Rumble, and I'm like, well, at this point, we might as well just say the number 1 entrant is the most lucky entrant, because now I've seen a female go from number 1 to number 30 and win the whole thing, like I've seen so many other people now. More people have won from the number 1 spot than the number fucking 30. If I was supposed to suspend my disbelief of the product that I'm watching, you know, when I'm watching a movie, I can say, you know, I know this is all choreographed and put together very well, and I can suspend my disbelief. But if you're going to say that, you know, people are saying kayfabe is dead, but I want to try and make it so that I can watch it in a capacity that I don't have to say it's dead. That's great. And then and go from number 1 to number 30, and I'm like, what? The only thing that I found enjoyable, ironically enough, was the Roman Reigns match of that event. And I could understand why, you know, people were getting behind it and were enjoying it, because even I enjoyed it and I wasn't even watching the thing. And I was waiting for Sami Zayn to hit him with a chair. I got really into that for some reason. But then I looked at it retrospectively and said, if this is the only good bit, which is the main event scene, then the rest of the show is going to bore the crap out of me. So why would I invest my time in watching it still? So I didn't watch the rest of it. I just watched the Rumble and went, nothing's changed. I don't know if Vince still had a minor influence. I mean, I know Triple H was probably recovering from what Vince had laid out in the first place, but the main event scene is the only decent thing going. I'm not investing, because with AEW I could invest in everything, and everything feels important and worth my time watching. I know some of you may be laughing at that. Fair enough. But I'm laughing at the WWE because since that point I haven't interested myself, I haven't worried myself in it. It has not been renting, as the term says, space in my head. I don't complain about it anymore. Apart from now. Because I need to explain why I'm not watching anymore. Because 4 times, that's 4, 4 times I've been questioning whether I like it or not. Wrestling in general. So, would I make it a 5th time? I don't think so. If it's the 5th time, I'm hoping it's going to be when I watch AEW. But all of their quote-unquote fuck-ups have been kind of funny and amusing, and we've been looking back on it and laughing. Whereas glow-in-the-dark match, I can't exactly look back on that and laugh. YouTube celebrity doing the biggest spot, I can't exactly look back at that and laugh and the roster's bad. And then the main event scene being the only one good thing. That's funny. What a funny thing. See, I can't do that. But with the exploding barbed wire death match, and we get the, Chief, you've hardly touched your banana kaboom. This isn't a very happy birthday for Rex Banner. But the little sparks went off on the side. See, that's funny. That's a technical fault. That's not down to the people running the show or the performers in the match or whatever. That's down to technicalities. And I love problems with technicalities. I still remember when The Undertaker was set on fire. Oops. He's running down to the ring with his coat off. See, that's funny. Even though he probably might have got seriously injured, so I'm sorry for saying that. But it's funny at the end of the day. I'm all up for people being safe as well, of course. But people when they had the blood and guts match and Jericho fell through the cushioned floor, and I'm like, yeah, did you want him to die? Because I didn't. He's a national treasure. And that turned out to be funny. The backlash turned out to be more funny than the actual moment. Because I was just in it. I was just like, wow, he fell off. Crazy. Because, Jericho's getting on a bit. So for him to take a bump like that, even if it isn't to crash mats, he did it. That's impressive. I applaud it. I applaud anyone doing something like that, because I would be shit scared of it, because I haven't got a fear of heights. I don't want to be jumping off that. I wouldn't even go up. So, if him to do that, big ups, Mick Foley jumping off the cell, big ups, doing it multiple times, big ups, fucking Shane McMahon doing it, big respect, Anyone who's jumped off the cell or fell off a large structure, because dang. No wonder I like Edge so much, because of all the TLC matches and everything and all those crazy stunts, the Hardys and Dudleys. It's like, big respect for putting your body on the line, and I've got a reason to watch because you're going to do that, and that's mad. It's bad, but it makes it worth watching at the end of the day. It's also why I've become a fan of Sammy Guevara. I know he's out currently, but he's been doing all the stunts off the ladders. He's been the new Jeff Hardy or whatever, doing all the crazy shit. His last match with Cody Rhodes when he was still there I still remember fondly to this day. Flipping crazy. So I don't have a reason to really shit on AEW. I really don't. It's been filling my head with good wrestling memories. And I'm really enjoying the newer talent that I'm seeing. I'm a big Orange Cassidy fan. I don't know if that speaks any volumes for the quality of wrestling I expect, but with him, I'm expecting to get a quick giggle out of, and I still do laugh when he's there, and then the hands in the pockets, and he's just doing everything like that. It's funny. I like it. Sometimes I could do with a bit of humor when I'm watching a wrestling product, and that's fine. Even if something is unintentionally funny, it's funny and I can enjoy it. If it's a glow-in-the-dark match, I'm going, what is this? How can I laugh at that? That's not funny. I can laugh at the botch at the end, but that's about it. And even then it's still bad because it's left a bad taste in my mouth. I've been eating the wrong stuff clearly. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I should wrap this up, otherwise this video is going to be longer than an hour. But don't worry, it's only just me on a low quality camera, so I should be able to get it there. Yeah, I'm kind of done with ranting. But now you know why I'm watching AEW and not the WWE. Are we all clear on that? Now I won't ever mention the WWE ever again. Unless I really need to say, hey guys, I'm watching it again. Because AEW did this and it's terrible and I'm never watching it again. But yeah, whatever. We can pick sides, we can change sides. That's great. That's the whole spirit of the whole wrestling landscape now, is we have options instead of just one club. So enjoy the club that you're in and leave the guys who like their other products alone, because you just come off as a douchebag. Magic, isn't it? So, I'm going to close the video off. And I'll see you however and whenever. Good day. And goodbye. I'm done. I'm going. Goodbye. Camera's going to run out anyway in a minute. So, just as well. New notepad.